Kingdom people, they are grieving because they cannot manipulate you. Listen, these people are grieving because you are unmanipulatable. And so initially when God gave me this word, he said they are sad because they can't manipulate you. And there was a sadness around them that I could sense, particularly with certain ones that I'm aware of, that I'm in proximity to. I could feel their sadness. And it's very concentrated, may I add. And so right before I got ready to deliver this message, recorded, God said, they are grieving because you can't be manipulated. And you know what he gave me? It's like, you know, when you grieve the love of a lost one, that's the way they're feeling. As if they've lost a loved one. Now, here's the thing. Some of these people you don't even really know like that. Now, there may be some that you know, and maybe you were once in their life, and you're not anymore, and they can't manipulate you to do anything any different. In other words, change your mind. Or they can't manipulate your destiny. They can't manipulate your path. They can't manipulate your life, in other words. Whether it be through by means of witchcraft in the form of the dark arts, or just trying to make people look at you a certain way, you know, because that's also witchcraft, when people lie on you or just don't tell the whole truth, or manipulate the truth. That's all witchcraft. And so the thing for these people in particular that are grieving, that are sad because you can't be manipulated, is that they had plans for you. They had see, these people, the whole idea sometimes initially be to, I'm just hearing, distort your reality. This is literally what I'm hearing. The whole idea is to distort your reality. But what I wanted to say is, see, sometimes these people be looking for you to be a person who, like, want to be around them. You know, like, you know. And the reason why they want you to be around them is so they can, first of all, feed off of your energy. But they also want to use you, which is, you know, when they're feeding off of your energy, they're using you. But they wanted to use you for other things that they see they can benefit from you from. And so what happened is their attempts to manipulate you didn't work. They were not working. And neither do you want to be around them, or you don't want to be around them anymore. And so that was an epic fail, that attempt. And so as time went on, Kingdom people, these people really began to see how resilient you are, how strong you are, and even how favored and blessed you are by God. And with their attempts to, you know, affect your life, that is, manipulate your life, if you will, they learned of your protection. And again, your resilience, because it's like you be walking through all that stuff that they be sending your way like it's nothing. And so that made them want to know you, like for real, know you. And the issue is this, Kingdom people, once they done all that, and you already don't want to have anything to do with them, once they done all that, you know, it's a sure thing that you don't want to be around them. And they understand why you wouldn't after all that. You know, and so what has happened, what's going on right now, Kingdom people, is this. They've tried to manipulate you into feeling for them, feeling sorry for you. Sometimes feeling sorry for themselves, probably feeling sorry for you too. But here's the thing, they try to switch it up. In other words, instead of, coming for you and all the dark things they were attempting towards you, they switched it up and tried to, be more chill, leave you alone. They try and they watch you as they're trying to just be chill, and they watch to see your response to their switch. And their switch is designed to, in their mind, get you to want to deal with them. And in their mind, they think that's because they changed. Well, really, they didn't change. They just switched up because it's manipulation. Their thinking is that it will make you want to be around them. And here's the kicker, that you will come to them. So that was their manipulation tactic, to get you to come to them. Now remember, they didn't already try to manipulate you in all the other ways by setting these traps, positioning themselves, trying to get reactions out of you, trying to get you to all that. And then they had, after all that didn't work, and they did witchcraft and the dark arts didn't work, and their attempts to harm you, none of that. Your life can't be manipulated the way they're accustomed to manipulating people's lives. And so they like, oh my goodness, so let's try this to see if we be cool, if she'll be, be cool with us. Nope, that didn't work either. And the issue with that two kind of people is this: they didn't even last. They switch it up, but because of their nature, because they're, they're dark, and these are the kind of people that it's hard for them to hide that darkness, okay? Even when they hide it, because you can see it's not hidden from you. And so here's the thing, they did not anticipate, number one, their manipulation not working. Number two, as I was saying, they couldn't even last with their switch up, because they're not stable people. These are kind of people too, they like quick fixes, microwavable results. They're not the kind of people that can work at something and do something for long, when it comes to certain things outside of the norm, for long periods of time, because they want quick fixes. I'm just thinking in terms of like even building a business. That's a great example, because these are the kind of people, they just want the money. They don't understand that it's a building thing, and it's not just about do this, get the money. You have to, if you want longevity, it's more that comes with that, because there are also expenses. There's also money you have to put aside for taxes. There are different things that come with running a business, is my point. And these are the kind of people, they ain't trying to do all that. They not trying to be putting money aside for taxes. They ain't trying to deal with the expenses. They just won't. So I'm saying all that to say they like quick fixes, So because that's their nature, they didn't last long when they switched it up and tried to act cool. Their acting cool didn't last long, and it resulted in them, actually getting upset and probably even lashing out at you, because were not responding the way they wanted you to that manipulation in particular. And so because of all of this kind of people, these people are grieving. They're grieving because you simply cannot be manipulated. And the main reason why they're grieving is because what they wanted to do with you, what they want from you so bad, they realizing it's not gonna happen. They realize that you cannot be manipulated, not this way or that way or that way. They can't manipulate you, so they're never going to be able to get from you what they want, because you're not here to give them what they want. And so that's sad for them. That makes them feel sad, and ultimately they're grieving the fact that they can manipulate you, because they're having unfulfilled. They anticipated their anticipation, they were anticipating certain things when it comes to you. They were anticipating certain responses and certain outcomes with you from their manipulation. And so now they have unfulfilled desires. The desires they had where you're concerned, the nerve of them, right? But this is what they do, and this is what has happened. And so they're grieving the fact that you can't be manipulated. And to be honest with you, kingdom people, at this point, like I said, they really want to know you. They trying to figure some things out where you're concerned. Because for one, kingdom people, they lost as to how you doing this. So, and even what you have, what's that covering you, protecting you? Why they understand is, you're protected by God, because they don't know God like that. They got a lot of questions, but part of too why they are grieving, why they're sad, is because they came for you. And that is the result and a consequence of coming for you. I'm hearing their curse. Kingdom people, when people come for you, they're cursing themselves. And then when they keep going, they become cursed with a curse, with a curse, with a curse. That's a sad place to be. And before, they were already cursed, don't get me wrong, but they was all right, because they had been doing this kind of a thing for a long time. They've been doing these kind of things to people, and they been fine. But then they came for you. And not only did they come for you, like I said, they kept coming for you, just cursing themselves more and more and more. So that okay that they once were, that okay that they once were, they not that okay anymore. They're sad, kingdom people, and they're grieving. And they're sad and they're grieving because they can't manipulate you. You can't manipulate them. These people are in this space like life don't matter, like life is meaningless. And again, that is a result of them coming for you. Because now they're cursed. Their lives are falling apart. The falling apart they was trying to cause in your life, they're experiencing it. And God may be having a little mercy. That was on me earlier today when he was showing me something about some particular enemies. And, I said, well, you must be having some mercy on them because they're still able to do this and do this. And God pointed out to me, even that's a curse. Because that they're able to still do, they can't stand the fact that they have to do it because they hate doing it. And what they hate is their job. Let me say that. I was like, well, you got some mercy, have some mercy on them, because they still have their job and they still have transportation to get to their job. And I don't want to go too much deep into that, but listen, I don't want to say, I'm gonna say what God told me. Well, they got a whole lot of stuff they got to do to take care of that car. Like, how stuff come up, unexpected stuff. So that money you making, you putting it into that car, and that's part of life. But for them, it's draining their pockets because they really ain't got it like that. And yeah, they got their job, but they hate their job. And I'm just using this as an example. Like I said, what God was showing me with some particular people that I know of, some enemies. Some ones that have decided they want to be an enemy. Anyway, kingdom people, they grieving and they're sad. They're grieving and they're sad because you cannot be manipulated.